guys, so in today's video I'm going to talk about the day-to-day struggles that people may not realise I struggle with as a right hemi. So the first struggle I have is simply putting on clothing. To put on a long sleeve shirt, I have to put my right arm in the sleeve first and then use my left hand to pull it through. If I did it the other way around, I would get so stuck, which I have done by mistake, and I would end up needing help. As my right shoulder doesn't have a lot of muscle, my light tops that I wear in summer always fall off my shoulder, and I don't even realise it's happening until I move in a certain way, and then I'm suddenly aware, and I find it really embarrassing, and I sometimes think that I look quite sloppy when it happens in public. As I can only use my left hand to carry heavy things, like a cup of tea or a plate of food, I can only carry something one at a time, which is the most frustrating thing ever. But if it's like an empty cup, I can carry it in the crook of my right arm, which people who know about my disability are quite surprised that I can do that. So using one hand to wash my hair takes me longer than other people, and it is quite tiring because I have to use all the strength in my left hand to do it. And I also can't put the shampoo in the right palm of my hand. I have to put it onto my forearm, and sometimes the shampoo falls off my arm and I have to do it all over again, and so that takes longer, and so my overall time in the shower takes longer, and that is quite frustrating. So when I'm overtired, the right side of my mouth starts dribbling, and I don't actually realise it's happening until it touches my chin. And when I'm in public, it's quite embarrassing, similar to when my top falls off my shoulder, and I hate it when that happens. It is very tricky to shave my armpits as a woman with right hemiplegia, as I have to use my left hand to shave my left armpit, and I have to put my arm in a very funny position to do it. But what is more difficult is actually shaving my right armpit, as I can't see underneath my right armpit, and so when I shave, I can't see what I'm doing. I just have to hope that I'm doing it correctly or do it in front of a mirror. But because my right arm can't stretch all the way up like my left can, it's really hard for me to open up my right armpit. And due to this, I cut myself more often. I do use an electric shaver, which helps, but it doesn't get all the hair off like a manual one does. So putting on deodorant is quite difficult for me. I have to use my left hand to put the deodorant underneath my left armpit. And if it's a spray-on deodorant, I have to put my arm in the same funny position to get it right, and sometimes I don't get it right. I mean, I would suggest putting on roll-on deodorant, as it's easier in this situation. So I am able to cut my right fingernails, but my right hand can have a mind of its own, and it sometimes goes out of position, especially my thumb. And because of this, it takes much longer than I would want it to. And I have spoken about in my previous videos how I always need help to cut my left fingernails. So when I hold something in my right hand for a long period of time, my hand does a squeezing motion without me realising. For example, a piece of paper that I want to write on gets crumpled, and it's really frustrating. I also my right hand can't let go of something. So when I want to hand something over to someone, I have to use my left hand to take it out of my right hand, and it can be quite awkward in social situations. So because of the way I walk, hard skin forms on my right toe, and I have to shave it off every few weeks, which is the most frustrating thing ever. And I do get self-conscious. If I wear sandals in summer, I always worry that someone might notice it. So I don't have very good spatial awareness, and even though I'm technically able to drive now, as I haven't had an epileptic fit for 7 years, my lack of 360 degrees spatial awareness scares me a lot, as my reaction time wouldn't be good. And I can't see out of the corner of my right eye. I've been seconds away from being hit by a bus when I was around 20, and that shocked me so much. When I eat anything, I chew mostly on my left side and hardly ever on my right. And because of this, I take longer to eat. So swallowing liquid is also quite difficult. Water, for instance, is more difficult than a smoothie. Swallowing tablets is also quite hard, big or small. and is easier to drink with a thicker liquid, for example hot chocolate. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.